Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of Nerd Hell. It's me, Robinson, and I volunteer at an elephant fertility clinic.
And it's me, Stanley, Teddy Roosevelt's personal teddy bear.
Teddy Roosevelt is such a cool figure in history.
Yeah?
Like, one of the first American superheroes. He's got a bear now.
I mean, as long as you don't, ever read into anything that he said about, race or racial characteristics, then you're fine.
Oh, everybody said something bad about
Dude, 100%.
race.
It's American history. It's like expecting a Nazi to hate Jewish people. It's just expected to happen, right? If you see someone, in American history, and they're really famous and led the country, there is a very high chance that they had some fucked up views by our standards.
Did it?
So
yeah, didn't Helen Keller's dad own slaves?
Yeah, and Helen Keller was herself a diehard communist. It's great because there's a fun story about that of where, you know how everyone took inspiration from The Miracle Worker, which was highly dramatized about her experience as a child, where she was I'm blind and deaf, but I learned how to read, and now I'm going to college. Well, when she went to fucking college, she got into the American Socialist Club, and then became a fucking communist. And when Russia, when the Bolsheviks overthrew the Russian government, she actually penned a letter to the American Socialist Society that hey, workers of the world, we have found our paradise, and that name is Russia. And yeah, so then all of a sudden people were like, oh my god, she's so intelligent and inspiring. She graduated college, because she's the first real woman to do so that was both blind and deaf. Where all of a sudden, what the fuck does she know? She's blind. So.
And deaf.
I know, right? So who the fuck.
Because I remember in social studies, we did a Helen Keller week. Where we just praised her and watched. Maybe we watched The Miracle Worker.
Yeah, you probably watched the old 1980, 1970s.
It was black and white
or some shit like that.
It was black and white.
Yeah.
We also watched an American animated what was it, Young Liberty? I forget what it was. But we watched one of those featuring Helen Keller.
Yeah.
And I remember during the movie, there when it was the beginning of the movie, she was born, and the doctor's like, huh. That's funny. She hasn't responded. It's what do you mean? Well, look, we're talking. She's not looking anywhere. And then he screams in the baby's face.
Pure science, right?
He's the baby isn't responding. Watch this.
There used to be
a
bunch of medical theories about how babies don't actually feel pain. They're too young to remember it. That's why, a lot of, circumcisions that happen, around Jewish communities or that kind of stuff do it, right as the baby is, a newborn. And it's, fucked up beyond belief, but still, that was a predominant theory way back in the day. And so,
I am against cutting off any part of the human body at birth.
No, me too, in a sense, right? Because I think it's...
Including the umbilical cord. Keep that.
Well, I mean, just even the whole part of, what is it? The circumcision aspect in the United States was started by religious crackpots. So there was a guy who was the brother who helped co-found Kellogg's cereal, and he believed that Kellogg's cereal, if a child was properly nutritioned, then they would stop masturbation. And then when that wasn't working, they decided to go the extreme option, which was elective surgery and, genital mutilation. So
we bring up oatmeal and masturbation way too much. I'm pretty sure this is the fourth time we've brought it up.
It was weird. It wasn't weird until you fucking said something, my guy.
Because we keep doing this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to understand a lot of, religious weirdos constantly think about, how to stop their kids from masturbating. They'll never get anything productive done. We have to stop the tugging of the line. And
I walked into my boy's room. I said, son, listen, you need to stop masturbating or it's going to go blind, or you're going to go blind. And he said, Dad, I'm over here. I was talking to a coat rack.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, but still, if you ever look up the founder of the Kellogg's, I'm blanking on his name right now, Um,
John Kellogg.
yeah, well, no, it's not. I don't think
I
it's.
bet it's Kellogg.
I think its name is Will Keith Kellogg.
Ah.
Yeah, Will Keith Kellogg was also loved Arabian horses so much that he purchased a ranch, and
We talked
yeah,
about this
I
too.
know.
This is how much we bring it up.
Well, it's because he's such a fucking weirdo. He even looks like a weirdo too. I'm gonna send you his picture.
I think you have a crush on him.
Nah, dude. Trust me. Anyone who's like wanting to legitimately cut me is not a friend of mine.
All right.
Yeah. I sent you in Discord.
You know what? We'll put this on the Twitter. This guy looks like a gaylord, and he's proud of the name.
Yeah. I don't know if that's great. What? The fuck are you
Look,
talking about?
He's got the bow tie. He's got the glasses. He's got that strict, thick mustache.
He looks like the 19th century version of Tucker
Reginald.
Carlson.
Nah, he looked like a Reginald.
Nah, he looks like a Reginald. Are you sure? I mean, he's got the
Yeah,
bow
I'd call him
tie.
Reginald.
Tucker Carlson used to wear bow ties until Jon Stewart, like, famously shamed him on national television.
I know nothing about those three people.
What, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show?
The black one?
No, that's another person. Jon Stewart was the original guy on The Daily Show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, like, he went on, he's known for, like, debating a bunch of conservative, like, pundits. And he went on Tucker Carlson's show and just basically, like, admonished him for wearing a bow tie on national television. And so then...
What's wrong with the bow tie? Bill Nye wears one.
Yeah, but Tucker Carlson portrays himself as being a serious person.
What's wrong with the bow tie? It's a serious attire.
Okay, but was not the bow tie something that you usually see young children at church wear?
No.
No?
At least not in my
Well, it's
church.
because you didn't go to a white church.
We wore cool button-ups.
You wore cool button-ups. Okay, great.
Yeah, we wore the nice button-ups. That's what we wore to church. And then you got the good jeans. You got the belt that has to match the shoes.
Yeah.
That was a good time. It looked cool.
Dude, I mean, America's just full of fucking weirdos. Like, today, I actually really wanted to bring up this guy, Greg Locke. Do you know who Greg Locke is?
I think you know the answer to this.
Which is no?
Yes.
Okay, so he runs a church out in Tennessee called the Global Vision Bible Church, which, what does that tell you just from the title of the name of the church alone?
Mr. Pitbull is part of it because we're going global, international.
Nah, dude, he doesn't like Pitbull and his satanic music. Well, Reverend...
He did make hotel room service.
Reverend...
That song's got a satanic.
Reverend Greg Locke started talking to his church after, like, finishing up kind of singing this song, "Oh, How I Love Jesus," that demons started talking to him and that he was going to tell them about the conversation he had with these demons.
Wait, why? Shouldn't you be talking to angels?
Yeah, right?
Wait, is this a Satanist
No,
church?
dude, this is a Christian church. This is a non-denominational Christian church, like one of the mega churches. Like, you know, like a Joel Osteen kind of grifter church, right?
And let me tell you something. You know you're in the right church because there is no other church in the state that has a 47-foot TV.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Well...
And that's when everybody's like,
I mean, this guy was essentially saying that he revealed the names, or that the demons revealed the name of a group of full-blown spell-casting witches who had been sent to infiltrate Global Vision. And he is then quoted as saying, "To God be the glory, I lie not. We got first-hand and last names of these 6 witches that are in our church, and you know what's strange? 3 of you are in this room right now."
all right, so I believe that he talked to the demons. I believe that. But I don't believe that they were like, yo, here's our plans. Demons are smarter than that. Satan doesn't tell you his plans. Satan tries to trick you.
Yeah.
These demons, the demons tricked him. Those witches are actually the not Antichrist, the opposite of Antichrist. The Christ.
Yeah. Well, like,
Oh,
dude, so he apparently, because there were questions about, like, how he started talking to demons. Well, he claims that he was casting a demon out of a woman who was possessed, who had begun coming to his church, and that while he was talking and trying to cast out this demon named 3 people or 6 people. I can't fucking tell. He's just such a fucking
What a
idiot.
fucking snitch.
6 people.
What a snitch.
Well, also, here's my other thing.
Bro,
right?
was this demon Tekashi 69? God damn.
No, just the other part of it is, don't demons lie? Isn't that their whole thing? Is to sow discord and chaos? Why the fuck would you believe a demon?
Exactly. He's being lied to. He's being played.
Right.
He's becoming a puppet of Satan.
Well, don't worry. It's going to get juicier, because apparently 2 of the witches that were in his wife's Bible study were who warned the alleged witches not to make a move during his sermon. He then told the New Testament of Jesus casting a demon out of a man and into a herd of pigs, turning it into an extended monologue about witches in the church. And I'm going to quote here, "You so much as cough wrong, and I'll expose in front of everybody under this tent, you stinking, spell-casting, pharmakeia, devil-worshipping, and mongrel." Like, he used the Greek word that, like, describes, like, the whole thing of, like, fucking witchcraft, right? Like, the pharmakeia. And he was like, you were sent to destroy this church. So,
That's also why I don't believe him. Because if that was me, if demons told me the names of these witches, I want to be like, "You so much as cough wrong." I'd be like, "That's her. Get her.
Yeah.
She's right there."
Yeah, dude. I just, like, here's the issue, right? Is that demon and demonic possession, right, is, okay, I'm going to say this, I honestly think that it's, like, very rare in cases, because honestly, there's a lot of mental illness that was just undiagnosed throughout history, and I would say most of them were just people who were just like, yeah, this person has schizophrenia. They're not fucking possessed, or something just innocuous, right? But the whole thing is that we had no understanding of how, like, the brain or fucking shit worked. Like, we used to believe that leeches would help cure anything because we had an imbalance of red blood. So, yeah, fuck all medicine, but still.
How they know to suck out the bad blood? They suck out all blood. Even the good blood? Yep. What's the benefit? Well, you get the bad blood out, too. Well, what if they suck out too much good blood?
Great.
Well, we'll deal with that when the time comes. We'll just get you some more water.
Man, that sounds like some pharmakeia. So, I don't know. But here's the thing.
Bro, I'm a chaos magician. I learned what chaos magic is.
You learn what chaos magic is. Yeah.
Bro, I'm a chaos magician.
He also...
Well, continue.
The good news about this is that we are progressing, right, to our version of witches that are only women, because he also said that 2 of the alleged witches were men.
I thought those were wizards.
No, wizards are different, right?
Oh.
Yeah, no, witch just usually means, like, servant of the devil, right? So the actual word for, like, wizard and witch, like, usually became associated with each other and became gendered, like, around the 18th and, like, 19th century.
I thought demons were servants of devils.
No, like, demons are fallen angels or corrupted humans, according to, like whatever fucking apocryphal book you want to believe, right? So, still, like, this guy, essentially, he's gotten kind of into trouble and made sensationalist statements about this before, especially because he has promoted COVID-19 skepticism, and he's someone who also promoted this idea that that Democratic politicians were the ones abusing children, like some real QAnon bullshit.
I mean, my only issue is that he says that one group is. Like, if you say everybody's doing it, all right, you got more credibility. Yeah, well, I believe it's happening, but you can't just point out one group.
He's also kind of, like, talking about, hey, LGBT plus people are pedophiles that are coming for your children. And he's also said before that vaccines cause autism. And he's even advocated that children that have autism with medical complications don't need medical treatment. They need just Jesus and to beat the devil out of them.
I believe he said all that because he talks to demons.
Yeah.
And they're agents of chaos.
Yeah. Dude, Like, you're
Like, if he said angels told me this, then I'd be like, oh, he's a quack. But he said demons, so I believe he does talk to the second plane.
and a demon during an exorcism. You know, the time when the demon has every right to lie and try to get out of being fucking exorcised. So, yeah, dude.
They will try to trick you. They might even try to entertain
They
you.
might-
Wasn't there a story? No, I'm not kidding. Wasn't there a story about an exorcism in France where the demon tried telling jokes to get the priest to stop exorcising him, but the priest was like, you try to trick me? Advasti back to hell.
Man, I don't know why you're bringing up my past right now. That was a very difficult point in my existence.
That's why I just imagine it's just like a high schooler getting bullied.
Not even that. It's just like there's possession. I'm just like, yo, dude. Like, have you been to hell? It sucks. What the fuck, dude? Like, yeah. But still, like, he's also held book burnings too. Which, if we know anything about book burnings,
hell yeah,
that's not a great thing to do.
There are easier ways to recycle your porno mags, guy. There are easier ways. I'm just saying.
I mean, still.
You can drop them off at the recycling plants.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of weird, like a book burning, like now, right? The kind of thing, be like, yo, does this not seem to you a little like problematic? Does this not make you make you remember something, you know, in Europe a long time ago? This.
I will say this, and this happened back at the high school, which I'm not going to name, but we do you remember at the library we had like a banned book week where it's like read a banned book,
Yeah.
right? I asked if they had a copy of Mein Kampf, and I was asked to leave the library. Because I honestly just wanted to test how true they were to the statement, and they weren't that true.
Yeah, because you were being a little fucking shitlord. That's what you were doing. You just, yo.
If it's banned books week, I want to read a banned book. I don't want to read a book that was banned.
No, I mean, here's the thing, though, is that, like, Mein Kampf is not on the list of, like, currently books that are being banned in Texas.
I mean, good.
Yeah, well, you know,
You gotta learn from
the other part of
history.
it is, like, hey, if they really wanted to protect the children, right, why not protect them from dangerous ideas? Like, I don't know, Nazism, but, you know.
Video games.
Or video games, right? Still, oh shit, I forgot to mention, have you ever watched this video recently where there is a guy who goes to a book burning in Kentucky and he throws a Bible into the fire and then yells, "Hail Satan"?
Yeah, I honestly didn't really like that. Not because, like, it's the Bible, you can't burn the Bible. I just feel like, bro, don't be an idiot. These people are fucking dangerous and crazy. Don't put your life out on the line for a fucking YouTube video.
He did it for
Like,
the
thank God he
memes.
wasn't hurt.
Yeah, I know, he did it for the memes. That's all I can say, man. But
Yeah,
still, like, if you're
like
going to go
the-
by their logic, which their logic is, we need to protect our children from, like, sexually explicit material. Dude, the Bible is full of rape, right? The Bible is full of, you know, really bad shit. Like, there's even one part in the Bible where the Israelites basically go up to these group of people and they're like, hey, we don't want to fight you. We want to convert you. And they're like, okay. And so when they got converted, the next step was, hey, guess what? Y'all need to, you know, in order to be a part of the Jewish community, you have to be circumcised. And then, you know what happened as the men were circumcised? The Israelites went in and killed everyone. Like, the Old Testament is
Nice.
fucking brutal.
The old switcheroo.
Dude, it's so brutal. It's so, like, if the Old Testament is
That's why I
actually a
love it.
lot of, like, fun to read because it's, like, God going through his angry dad years.
Bro, that's why my favorite book is the Book of Revelation. Because God comes flying, no, not God, Jesus comes flying down from the heavens on a white horse, shooting swords out of his mouth. And cowards will tell you, no, when they say my word is my blade, they mean that the word of God destroys demons. Nah, he's spitting out swords.
Nah, dude.
Don't be lame.
Think of it, like, even better. What if he just, like, speaks and all of a sudden they just melt?
That wouldn't be as fun. It would be cool, but not as fun.
No, I think that would be a lot fucking cooler. I don't want Jesus showing up like a Orochimaru with like a fucking sword coming out of his throat.
Basically how I want Jesus's return, the second return of Christ. I want it to be Ashura's Wrath, where Jesus beats the shit out of demons.
Oh man, so like Doom,
Bro, that game is so fun.
or just Doom. Just give Jesus a power suit and a shotgun. And he's got all.
I want it to be more anime than Space Texans, though. But what I mentioned earlier about chaos magic is I learned what it was on a podcast unwittingly, because it was a podcast about L. Ron Hubbard. Because I'm super interested in cults. I don't know why, but it was an L. Ron Hubbard podcast, and they were talking about how he's a great chaos magician, because whatever he wants, he wheels it into reality. So I looked up what it is. That's what chaos magic is. Because chaos magic is messing with the order of the universe. Because L. Ron Hubbard is not like whatever he says he is. But he believes his bullshit so much that other people believe him, therefore are changing his reality. That makes me a chaos magician too.
Sure.
We're all chaos musicians.
All right. I mean, sure. We could do that.
And that's what the priest you were talking about earlier. He's a chaos magician. He believes he's talking to demons.
I mean, it's magic. Practicing magic is against the church policy, so he's going to be in trouble if that happens.
Whatever. That's no fun.
That's no fun.
Speaking
of
magic,
who gives a shit? He's a fucking Tennessee preacher.
Also, just like as a quick disclaimer, we don't hate any religions here. But if your religion is based on hatred, you might want to not associate with them.
No, I hate them. If there are
he
people,
hates this guy. He hates these guys.
I hate the people that try to use the Bible without its true intention, right? Or
there
proper
we go.
Context.
That's great.
Yeah. No, fuck those people. Like, fuck you. If that's the thing. I also hate Nazis too. But hey, whatever. I guess that's a controversial opinion nowadays. Still.
Oh. Also, speaking of magic, you excited for Elden Ring?
Dude, I'm so ready.
Do you have a beefy computer?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's a 3080 and I got like 3 terabytes of memory.
How much RAM you got on that bitch?
32.
All right, good. Because the Steam because Elden Ring drops in a week, and the Steam page just updated the system requirements. You need 12 gigabytes of RAM as a minimum.
Yeah.
It's not recommended. It's the minimum.
Yeah, dude.
Which, I can't even think, are they going to generate the whole world at once and then keep it running all at once?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a giant middle finger to gamers, right?
To poor people. This game has a buff against poor people.
Hidetaka Miyazaki is now I've gone into the final, hardest part of the Elden Ring, From Software saga. Making it super hard to actually play the game.
And the funny part is, all the other requirements aren't that bad. Like, for processors, an Intel Core i5 or an AMD Ryzen 3. For a graphics card, a GTX 1060 or a Radeon RX 580. And only 60 gigs of available storage space. So everything's normal. It's kind of on the low end, to be completely honest. But the RAM is 12 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's 12 gigabytes, right?
I only have 16.
You only have 16. Well, then I guess you better close all the other RAM out while you're playing the game.
I was about to say. And speaking of mechanically intensive games, Majora's Mask will be coming out on Nintendo Switch Online. I say this because if you have NSO Online, play Majora's Mask. I will continue to not support it. Although, we didn't talk about this last week, but the Nintendo Direct came out. And did you see the DLC for Mario Kart?
Yeah, they did, instead of just making another Mario Kart game, which I guess is fine, right? The old Mario Kart still really works, right?
And 48 courses for $25. It's pretty good because the base game came with 48 courses. Yeah. So we're double. Yeah, because it's Mario Kart. The game is the courses, and they just doubled it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is that, excuse me, you can either just buy the DLC, $25, 48 extra courses,
Okay.
which I think it's an amazing deal. Like, I'm definitely getting it as soon as it comes out.
Really?
Or if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you get it for free. And this is what we talked about when they announced it. Because I talked about how they're trying to make this like their new subscription. Like, it's not just a Nintendo Switch thing. If you like Nintendo, you get this subscription.
Yeah.
Because look, it's coming out with the free DLC for these games. And if they keep this up, it might be worth it in the future. As of right now, I still don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
But like we said, if Nintendo Switch Online was like, oh, by the way, literally every DLC for Nintendo games comes with it, then like people wouldn't have been as mad.
Yeah.
But now, once again, they're doing what we saw with the legacy content, and they're just drip feeding us.
Of course.
Like,
I told you,
yeah,
Nintendo hates Nintendo fans.
Yeah, and it just brings up my next news story, that the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS eShop are being discontinued.
Oh.
Now, this wouldn't be so bad of a thing. Like, the Wii U came out in 2013,
Yeah.
right? It's been like 9 years now. Here's the issue. They have some of the only ways to play legacy content on there, right?
Yeah.
They got stuff like Animal Crossing, older games. They got like original Marios. They had the virtual console on there, where it was like how you said you would want it. If I want Earthbound, I'll just buy Earthbound for $6 instead of paying for this expensive ass subscription that like has less games on it, right? This is the only way to get a lot of these games, and Nintendo has said that they have no plans to import the old virtual console games onto the Switch, which I know probably means it's coming to NSO soon enough, but it's honestly another fucking bullshit thing. Because it's like, you don't want us to play your old games, but you don't want us to fucking pirate? No emulation? What do you want?
Yeah. Well, they want money, dude. Like, that's what they want.
They're not making money. They're not making money from this.
You sure?
Not yet, at least.
You sure? Right?
Like, they're just taking off games, and there's no other way to get them. Like, unless you go on eBay and buy a Game Boy SP for $300.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, Nintendo is essentially being like Smaug, right, from Lord of the Rings. Just a dragon
Just sitting on
holding all these
the
hotkeys.
I like to imagine it's a Hydra with Shigeru Miyamoto's head. The new president, I don't remember the new president's name, which makes me feel bad. So let's just switch him out with Koizumi, and then Doug Bowser.
Okay.
And it's just a 3-headed Hydra, and they're all just arguing with each other. But Doug Bowser doesn't know what's going on because he can't speak Japanese.
It happens.
Or maybe
right?
he can. I'm not sure. We don't know much about Doug Bowser.
We don't know much about Doug Bowser, right? It's just.
I miss Reggie. Reggie was so much fun.
Miss Reggie. Okay, great. Well, I mean, like,
Remember
Reggie,
when
like, lived to be a living meme. That's what he did. That's what he's supposed to do.
Exactly. Yeah, Doug's just staying quiet. He's not doing anything fun. Remember when Smash 4 was announced and Reggie and Iwata had that CGI fight?
Oh, where they were
Or,
doing,
like,
like, Dragon Ball Z punching and blocking? Yeah.
Exactly. These 60-year-old men moving like anime characters. And then it's like, yes, Smash 4, Mii's. That was so much. Remember the Fizamech? The Reggie machine?
Dude,
Do you
I
know
don't
the
know what you're
Fizamech?
talking about. I mean, that's just their normal lives. Like, that's just what
It
they
was
do
so-
to greet each other in the morning.
the Fizamech. So basically, there were like these gamers who were like, we made a robot that looks exactly like Reggie Fils-Aimé, and we're gonna use it to sneak into Nintendo to get all their secrets. But it's like, it's just Reggie just walking around like a robot. And at one point, the real Reggie walks in on the Fils-Aimé, and the machine goes like, hello, Reggie, I am the new prototype from Miyamoto. Reggie just says, I'm going home. And he just leaves. Like, he's just fed up with Miyamoto's bullshit.
I mean, dude, he's not wrong, right? He's just kind of like, hey, I'm gonna go home. At least he's being honest about it. He's like, I'm bored of this conversation. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I miss Reggie. I forgot what I was being mad at Nintendo.
Yeah, dude. We do
God,
that.
it's like a pup.
Wait, don't we also do that all the time? We talk about
Okay.
Nintendo.
All right, you know what? You got me. I apologize for my earlier comments about oatmeal and jerking off.
You know, it wouldn't be hell without it. Still, I just the whole tech shit is just kind of weird now, right? It's just a lot of these like monopolistic corporations that just do whatever the fuck they want, and we're just kind of here like, oh, that fucking sucks, but we still buy their products anyways.
We got to deal with it, yeah. And I can't even talk because literally this weekend I have it in my hand. I'm taking them out the bag. I bought Monster Hunter Rise and Pokemon Snap.
Yay! Monster Hunter Rise is so good.
Yeah, I bought a 2-for-1 and then a 10% off, which was an amazing deal. I can't believe they let me do that. I was like absolutely sure they were going to be like, no, you can only use one of the things. But the worker was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Enjoy.
Whatever. I don't get paid enough to care.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Dude.
Bro, I feel bad for GameStop employees.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that I actually tried to apply like when I was younger for GameStop?
I did too, but as soon as I walked in, I realized what a depressing atmosphere it was.
No, I still would want to kind of work at a GameStop, right? But the whole thing is that when I was there, they were like, well, we have too many men, and I can't really say this to you, but we're looking for women. And
well, yeah, you need boobies, right? You don't even have to show the boobies. As long as there are boobies, people will come.
I mean, you give me some months, I could try. But still, like, it was one of those things that I was just like, oh.
This bulk diet is the best thing I've ever done.
Okay, literally during the interview, I sat there and I answered all these fucking game questions and even answered, like, some really difficult, like, old-timey Nintendo shit, right? And they're like, okay, good, you know your stuff, you used to work, okay, we got some things here. Yeah, no, you would be great here. But, we just are not looking for someone like you. And I was like, shit, what the fuck, why? It's because you're not a woman. I was like, cool, great, thank you.
Why'd you give me the interview?
I know. Why didn't you even waste my time? It, took me 20 minutes to drive out here. What the fuck, y'all?
It's like if the job requires someone to be 6 foot, like above 6 feet tall. And like Danny DeVito walks in, and instead of like showing him out the door, they still give him the interview and then show him out the door.
Well, it's like also like, what is it? 18-year-old Stanley didn't realize that what they were doing was fucking illegal.
Oh, you're right. Gender discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were so honest about it.
I know too, right? Because they were like, he was like, he's a stupid fucking gamer. He won't understand. He doesn't know the minutia of the fucking law.
It's like they think we're like the kids from Charlie Brown, where adults are talking, and it's like Minecraft. We're like, wait a minute, did someone say Minecraft?
Yeah, like I was, oh shit, okay, fine. Like it was like how I take rejection is just basically like there are times where my wife has to be angry for me before I understand why it was fucked up. Because there are sometimes, like, when I get rejected or when, like, mean shit happens to me, I'm just like, okay, cool. And I just kind of, like, walk away. And I tell the story later. And then she's just like, yo, that's fucked up. Why?
We're going back there.
I think it was actually her who told me that I just got gender discriminated. Like, when I told that story. And it would have been, like, fucking years, right? I mean, years later after that. So I can't really sue for now because that's kind of like a statute of limitations, but not what I don't really want to sue anyway. If I can go my entire life without a lawsuit, it would still be too early for that. I don't know, dude. I would never want to get into a court. I don't like lawsuits. I don't like stress. So I'm trying to get away from that kind of shit. But
we're about 28 episodes into a podcast, so it's gonna happen sooner or later. And I hope it's what's his name, George Locke.
George, I don't know, whatever the fuck his name is.
I hope it's him.
The guy that talks to fucking demons.
I hope it's him because then I can be the agent of God and be like, he talks to demons. I talk to angels, all right?
Yeah.
And as we all know, demons are liars. me, me in a courtroom.
Man, you know what's like fucking great about like the psychiatry or the psychology behind like the religious aspects of this stuff is have you ever heard of the like story about like how there were people in a mental hospital. There were 3 people who all believed that they were the return of Jesus Christ. So the workers got together and had them meet. And when they interviewed all 3 of them later, they all said that the other 2 were crazy. Like, yeah,
that's so
yeah,
funny.
it was just it's still, but like this guy fucking
chaos
talks
magicians.
To demons. He also says that COVID-19 is not real. So, you know,
with enough chaos magic, it can be not. If with it won't be. Yeah, with enough chaos magic, it won't be.
No, it still happened. Kenneth Copeland tried to exorcise a virus, not a demon, and it didn't work.
The way he put his slimy hands into the camera.
Like, I want you to touch to the camera. He put his little fingies up to the fucking screen like you're trying to be like reaching out to the TV, like, yes. And then you get hit by a bottle because, you know, someone's like, don't touch the fucking, like, Samsung TV.
Good point. Do not touch your TVs. And speaking of getting beaten by stuff, Nagoshi Studios, basically, Toshihiro Nagoshi was working with Sega, and he's mainly known for working on the Yakuza games, which is probably my second favorite game series of all time. And that's why I love this. I love this story because he left Sega and Ryoga Koteku in order to start his own studio, Nagoshi Studio. And he explains that he still wants to make big, bombastic games, like with like movie stories. And I love this thing he said: "You won't find us making smartphone games." So I'm just very excited about what he does. God, I love Yakuza so much.
You still haven't played Persona 5.
Good point, and now I can't because I got Monster Hunter Rise. I'll play Persona. I'm playing it now. I'm playing it today.
Yeah, dude, it's.
I just keep putting it off for other games I want to play, but I'll play it today.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. So Persona, and obviously there's no spoilers in this because you know I'm not a fucking monster, but
you know what? Hang on, he's talking about Persona. Let me just.
I know.
All right, continue.
Okay, so sure, whatever, dude. That's fine.
Did you hear the can?
Yeah, I heard the can.
I had it ready, waiting for like you to get into like a big rant, and I'm like, oh, now's the time.
No, dude, I was just gonna say like you need to set aside like at least an hour and a half, like when you do the tutorial, like just when you first start, because it's essentially you're gonna be watching like an anime movie, and not even like watching anime, you actually participate in that shit. So it's gonna be like one of those things of when I first played it, I was like, oh shit, how did I not play this before? Like the music is good, everything's good. It's just you're gonna have to set some time though, because the first save point is not for a good half hour to 45 minutes into it. So
jeez, and also I should play Royale, right? Yeah. Persona Royale. Okay, yeah.
So, you know, it's just going to be great, right? It's like any kind of JRPG. You want to set aside at least 30 minutes to 45 minutes when they first start because it's like, we need to hype this world for you because shit's going down and you need to know what's going on. So, yeah. But that was really what I was going to say, you fucking dick.
It was funny.
Sure.
Well, now you know how I felt last week when I did the perfect transition.
So, what are you talking about? Well, I was a demon that tried to tell jokes to a priest.
Speaking of demons, you can watch Demon Slayer on Crunchyroll. Also, here's something that I didn't know. So Crunchyroll. Oh god, great. The soda hit hard. Cool. It's also a Coke Orange Vanilla, which is really tasty.
Yeah, that's a mezzo mix. That's basically what Germans have already. It's called mezzo mix.
Oh god damn it. Yeah, no, that actually makes me upset because I'll explain that in a second. But Crunchyroll um, has a Switch app, right?
Yeah.
You can turn on your Switch, you can watch some Crunchyroll. Here's the thing that shocked me. Netflix doesn't have a Switch app yet. And I don't understand why.
I don't know. I feel like if you're someone who's on the go, right, that maybe having an app for Netflix where you cannot connect to the internet might not be a great thing.
All right, I guess that makes sense. But I was thinking it more of I mean, like growing up, we only had one TV.
Yeah.
So it's like if I wanted to play my Wii, I had to wait until like mom was done. Well, not my Wii, my GameCube. Yeah. My GameCube was in my mama's room,
Okay.
and I had to wait until like everything was done and she wasn't using it so I could play my GameCube. So like it makes sense to me. Like dad's using the TV, just watching Netflix on the Switch. But I guess yours makes sense too. That was just something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. No, I
But
think that's cool. I think they needed to add more shit to the Nintendo Switch because it was
they have
pretty
Hulu
bare.
on the
It was
Switch.
bare bones though when it first came out. It was just basically like, no, this is console only.
Remember when people found out that there was a web browser and Nintendo was like, "No, stop!
No,
don't touch it! Don't use
it's supposed
it!"
to be a family friendly console.
Oh no, now you can have access to the internet and you know how to pirate games now. It's like there's a lot worse things on the internet.
You see, I was gonna go with Nintendo resurrecting Kellogg to force feed cornflakes to everyone, but sure, that's the grid's better. That's a better one than iOS. So
but back to what you said. What's it? Mezzomix?
yeah, Mezzomix.
So here's the thing that I don't like about Coca-Cola doing that. Now that I know. Because instead of letting another international brand into the American market, they're just like, no, fuck you. That soda's ours now. And it's Coke Orange Vanilla.
Yeah, well, Mezzomix is
I
a
don't like
Coca-Cola
that.
product.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they just don't want to.
Okay.
They just don't want to put the brand name of Mezzomix into the United States.
I like Mezzomix. That's cool. And another thing about sodas is that everybody makes fun of me for liking ginger ale. Ginger ale is delicious. They're like, oh, ginger ale, that's old people soda. Haha, five head. And then they drink a Sprite.
Yeah.
Sprite is ginger ale with lemon and lime. That's all it is.
Yeah, except it's missing the ginger part of that, Robinson.
It's ginger ale.
No, it's literally just lime soda, lemon lime soda.
No, do this. Take some ginger ale,
Okay.
Canada Dry, and squeeze some lime in there. It tastes exactly like Sprite.
I'm not gonna do that.
Because you're afraid of the truth.
Nah, dude, I'm a demon of chaos. That's what I am right now.
God damn it, chaos magicians.
1 minute, I gotta go tell Greg that there's some more witches in his house.
All right. Well, while he does that, we'll go on break. We'll be back, folks. Okay, so back on my chicken wing thing. Today I made garlic Parmesan chicken wings. Oh, it's so liberating. It's so bro, because I love chicken wings, but they're so expensive, and also like half the time they get the sauce wrong. Not like I ordered barbecue and this is lemon pepper. It just doesn't taste good, right? Like sometimes you'll get that great sauce that tastes amazing, and then sometimes you won't. But today, I make garlic Parmesan. Ooh, it's so good. I got a chicken wing party pack from Costco, and that was a great investment.
Yeah, I know that you're like a real Costco fiend on that one.
Bro, Costco is so cheap, and my mom says that Walmart food has sawdust in it. Which is a real thing. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. I was talking to my mom. Like, this was when I moved to Utah. She's like, and what are you eating? I'm like, I get all my food from Walmart. Oh, that's okay for now. But then you want to get better food like Smith's or Costco or Sam's Club, because Walmart food has sawdust in it and rocks.
You know, that's actually really funny. Did you know, what was it? Because it just reminded me of sawdust, right? So in World War I, one of the wildest things that I learned from my World War I class when I was in grad school was that, did you know that Germany, during the end of the war, was so desperate for food and feeding their people, they had this meal substitute called the Kaiser cracker, which was this like wafer cracker, and they were
What a
testing to
name.
see how much wheat to sawdust you could mix in the bake before people would actually notice that it was sawdust. And they came out, apparently it's 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking sawdust to wheat, right? So
That is
there you
a
go.
lot of salt. It's more than half.
Yeah,
It's actually more than half.
yeah. I like the actual like percentage of it is like probably arguable, right? But it was one of those things that I read and I was just like, yo, this is basically what like chili or like what is it, the chili from Wendy's? Like what Wendy's does with the chili where they put quartzite in.
What's a quartzite?
Quartzite is commonly used in playground sand, Robinson. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks because I like Wendy's. So now I know I like playground sand.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bitter vegetarian. Who knows?
So that's suspicious food, right? You
Yeah.
know what else is suspicious food?
Have the feeling to fart before, like after you ate Taco Bell.
Speaking of which, farts are just ghosts of food past, escaping your body into the afterlife. Everything has a soul. Chaos magic, baby.
Is that what Greg told you?
Chaos magic, baby. I'm 100% in. I'm putting all my chips in on chaos
Is that
magic.
what the 6 witches told you?
100%, bro. And then they try to have sex with me, but I wasn't down for that because they're not the hot witches.
No, you mean they're not like the witch movie that we watched where it was just like, oh shit, they're gonna be a witch in like Black Mass, and then she rises up into the air having sex with the devil.
I'll say it this way: they're not Comic-Con witches. They're Disney witches.
What the fuck is Comic-Con witches?
Bro, have you not seen Comic-Con cosplay? Very
No,
beautiful
I have.
woman. Very beautiful woman.
Yeah, I aspire to be at that level, but shit, dude, like, no, I didn't know that they were witches. I just thought they were people that like to cosplay.
They cosplay as witches.
I don't believe you.
Anyway, suspicious food. So it turns out that there was a specific package at an Alabama courthouse. On Monday morning, the Tuscaloosa, which is what it's called, the Alabama Hazardous Device Unit, was called out to check on 2 suspicious packages located on the front step of the federal courthouse. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because there was a mysterious, suspicious package there. It was...
Yeah. Oh shit! They don't blow up like a box full of kittens, do they? Like, is this gonna be one of those things of just like bad cop no done it kind of like subreddit thing? What the fuck?
I don't know what that is, but several officers responded, including motor officers who set up a perimeter around the building, blocking adjacent streets to vehicle and foot traffic. It turns out that it was just somebody's Taco Bell order.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god. Could you imagine being the guy that ordered that fucking shit? Just being like, dude, where's my fucking food?
What do you mean there's a bomb threat on the building?
I ordered it like an hour ago. How is it not here?
Basically, so it was the order. This was the order. It was an assortment of regular and Doritos Locos tacos, along with 4 beefy 5-layer burritos. 4 of them.
No shit. Yo, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's great. I fucking love it. Oh shit. Now I just want to order Taco Bell and just leave Taco Bell. Like, I saying like I wouldn't actually ever fucking do this, but just like DoorDash Taco Bell to like City Hall.
And have the instructions be leave it on the front steps.
No contact, please.
Because that's what the order was. The guy, because it's a courthouse, right? You just can't walk in and out. So he was just like, hey, leave it on the front steps, right?
Yeah.
So that's what he did. And then the bomb squad was called.
Oh my god,
This is
fucking great. I was expecting it to be like, again, like they were gonna blow up some fucking puppies or some kind of shit, like some fucked up cop shit, right? But hey,
so
there you go.
As the, in the official police report, it says the tacos and burritos had been safely disposed of in the dumpster behind TBT headquarters. So in the end, he didn't even get his lunch.
Dude, I don't believe them. I
And
honestly think that they ate them.
I was gonna say, yeah, because if you're on the Bob Squad, you're just like, I mean, we gotta take it. I'll just eat it myself.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Fuck. That
Bro,
makes me that like brings some joy to my life is the wasting of government resources to fight against Taco Bell.
Ron Swanson, number one. Never forget. Also, I feel bad for the I feel bad for whoever ordered the food because
Again,
they
yeah,
were
'cause it's
definitely
just like,
hungry.
where the fuck is my food?
Bro, multiple hard shell tacos and 4 or 5 layer beefy burritos. This
Yeah?
man was fucking hungry.
Yeah, dude. This man was probably like some kind of paralegal that was I've been like pulling an all nighter, getting his like shit done or getting her shit done, and she's just like, dude, I want Taco Bell
so
like
starving.
college. I want to fucking like I want garbage food because sometimes you just need garbage food. And like I don't want a filet mignon steak every single day. I want some motherfucking breakfast crunch wraps with no bacon because, obvious vegetarian, so that I can enjoy that jalapeno like cream sauce that's in it. And
It's delicious.
yeah, it's so good. Like it's 100% not Mexican food, right?
Oh,
but
no.
still, it's got that flavor of spice that makes breakfast tacos and breakfast crunch wraps so delicious. But, I'm
And,
obviously speaking as a gringo, so it doesn't really matter.
That's okay. We love our gringos. And so this is a comment by the news writer, articleist, the journalist. Jeez.
Yeah, the journalist for the Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, for today. The Tuscaloosa was the bomb squad's name.
Oh, okay. So it's just the today?
Today, yeah, it's just today.
Okay.
And journalists
Why not tomorrow?
because it's not tomorrow's news. That'd be psychic news, chaos magic once again. And the the writer, Mr. Randy Don, or Ms. Randy Don, said, naturally, we all have one question: who is getting Taco Bell at work on Valentine's Day at 8 a.m. in the morning?
Dude, you don't know? You don't know? They could have done some shit, right? Like, who's judging here? Thought this was America. I thought you could go and eat whatever the fuck you wanted to.
You know what? You're right. Never mind, Ms. Dawn. You've officially offended me.
Yeah. Who the fuck cares? Like, I mean, every college student has that moment where they're just like, oh shit, I could eat whatever the fuck I want to. None of my parents are going to tell me not to.
Bro,
so I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
Today I had a sushi burrito.
Yeah?
So it's not what you think. It's not like sushi inside of a tortilla and then wrapped up, which is what I thought it was. So you know how they cut up, they like make a long tube of sushi and they cut it into 8 pieces before serving it?
Yeah.
That's all this place is. They don't cut it up. They just give you a big ass sushi roll. And
Hey,
it was really tasty.
That's interesting. I think that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I got the volcano. I forgot what was in it. Tempura crab, rice, of course, avocado, some spicy mayo. Dude, sushi spicy mayo is delicious.
Yeah, it's the bomb, right? Like if you cook some rice and then put just like a little bit of it and stir it in, and then you put an egg on top, my guy, you got yourself a meal.
Do I have any more stories about food? Technically.
Damn, are you kind of like, I should try that now?
I'm about to. But this one is kind of related to food. Not a really big story, but I just want to bring it up. American Airlines flight attendant strikes passenger on the head with coffee pot who tried to breach the cockpit mid-flight.
Maybe they were just exercising some demons from him.
Probably.
Right? Like,
Chaos
but
magic.
still, like, that's like the rule number 1 of like airplane shit.
You cannot go anywhere near the cockpits.
Don't fucking rush the cockpit, dude. That's like, if there was an air marshal on there, it'd just been like taser or gun, whichever one, right?
The cockpits are bulletproof and they lock.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure a new thing is that all cockpits have their own bathrooms now, so the pilots never have to leave.
I mean, hey, right? That's That's innovation, right? That's like saying, this is your workstation for the next however many hours you got to fly.
Now that I think about it, do like people who work on airplanes, like the stewardess and the pilots, do they eat airplane food or do they bring their own lunch?
I think that the flight attendants, I'm honestly not sure because I don't really know anyone who's a flight attendant. Nor, I mean, like, I know that my brother is in the Navy. He flies airplanes, right? But he used to fly these C-130s, which were like large troop and monitoring kind of like fucking planes. Like, they're really huge. Like, you know, in COD, when you get the kill streak that gives you the C-130 and you get to use like the machine gun and like the like from air artillery kind of shit.
So much fun, yeah.
Yeah, like he used to fly those, and like he took me when I was younger, and he was, you know, stationed somewhere else. Like he showed me, and like they actually have like a bed, right? Because I'm obviously trying not to reveal really anything else about the plane other than like, and I was also like 9, so the only thing I remembered was, you have a bed on a plane? Because that was shocking to me,
bro.
As a child.
I bet that bed looks like one of those beds where they strap down insane people.
It's basically just a cot, right?
Really? They don't have any straps?
It's just like a cot.
You don't have straps?
Got like straps and it's got like strapped. It's like bolted to the ground, right? It's bolted to the thing, and they got like a seatbelt on that you wear it. But still, like, dude, it's one of those are just like, yeah, like they fly that long and that hard that they have to like fucking do this like miniature kind of camp out thing in a fucking airplane. Oh. So yeah, no, it was like really cool, but that was really the only thing that I remember was like, you have a bed in here?
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy from World of War Tanks where he leaked British secrets just to win an argument on World of War Tanks forums.
Again, like I was saying before, number 1, I was 9. Number 2, that's the only thing I remember about it, other than it being really big, right? It was just a big ass plane, and it was a big ass plane with basically a little fucking bed in it, and that blew my mind for some fucking reason because I was a dumb 9-year-old. So because I mean, like when you're on an airplane, right? You never see a bed in there.
Yeah.
Unless you're like modern day, like international flight first class kind of shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Which that looks so nice.
Yeah. Or what about the what is it? The
coffee
Emirates
pot.
Air?
Oh, is that what?
Do you ever see like the Emirates Air like first class?
No,
like they're like $12,000 a ticket, but they're fucking. It's like you get your own apartment for like basically 12 hours.
Oh, that sounds nice. But I just wanted to bring this story up because there's been an influx of weird air news. It all started with that motherfucker that got duct taped to his seat. And then there was that guy who jerked off on a plane. And then you talked about the woman who breastfed a cat on a plane.
Yeah.
And it's just... What's happening on planes these days?
I don't know,
dude.
I feel
did they lift an embargo? Are plane tickets cheaper? Why are these new? What's going on?
So here's kind of like my theory about it is that like COVID happened and the lockdowns happened and people just forgot how to be around other people.
Good point.
Like they literally just forgot. Like, I mean, that's essentially why like there's a lot of like conflict right now is that people don't know how to like actually talk to people, which is like also kind of fucked up that it only took a year for people to forget how to be actually like a social person. You know?
I mean, after
I've been in my house for a year. I don't know who the fuck you are. Get away from me.
Looking like Robin Williams and when he comes back from Jumanji. What the hell is this?
Tom Hanks after like the Castaway Island. He just like he doesn't know what to fucking do, so he just sleeps on the hotel floor instead of the fucking bed. He's like, I don't know how long I've been away. Still, that movie's so fucking depressing. Have you ever seen Castaway?
No, I haven't, but I know all the memes.
You know all the memes. Well, yes. Dude, it's brutal. Like, it's one of those memes that just like you think he's gonna like, oh shit, yeah, he finally made it off the fucking island, and you're like so excited and everything, and then just story's just depressing. Like, you're just fucking depressing. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
cool.
That sucks.
That's like 2 hours I won't get back. Like, I know that's probably like the more realistic thing, right? That like, people thought he was dead, right? And it's been a while and that's it. But still, I'm not obviously saying what the big plot spoiler to it was, but shit makes you fucking depressed afterwards, right?
God damn.
Yeah, well, the other part that can bring you a little bit of schadenfreude is Newegg is getting a little fucked right now. Would you like to know how fucked they're getting?
Oh, I'd like to watch if I could.
Well, Newegg has released an apology because it has a return process that's supposed to be shockingly easy. Well, according to Gamers Nexus, a YouTube channel that does a lot of like comparable tech stuff and like shows you the difference between computers and that kind of thing, Steve Burke, the channel host, essentially said that he tried to return a motherboard to Newegg because he had already like bought one because he needed to make a video really quickly and it was late, so he bought another one at like a different store and he shipped the box back and they denied his claim. They basically refused to give him a refund for this motherboard, which is $500, by the way.
Jesus.
So, all right, so let me go over the timeline, right? And according to Tom's Hardware, Mark Tyson, who is the person who wrote this, Burke ordered a motherboard costing $500 because it was necessary for his independent content. Before the product had arrived, an alternative motherboard was acquired. And, there is a 30-day hassle-free return process that Newegg has that Burke initiated so he can send back like an unopened package. Because if you have an unopened package, Newegg will say that they will give you back other stuff, right?
Okay.
So after returning the motherboard, Newegg denied Burke a refund because it said that it found that the motherboard had bent socket pins and thermal paste traces around the board's PCB, which, was not really possible for him to do because he didn't even open up the box.
I was
right?
just about to say, that means it was more broken than he had known.
So Newegg customer service was reluctant to actually arrange calls with the customer's issue, so it made it really tricky to set up a chat so that he can kind of explain the situation. And so Burke made a video about this whole situation, because that's $500, right, that he's supposed to get back from this, because he didn't open the box, he followed the company policy. So, it's really there, right? Now, here's the thing, right, is Burke has a large YouTube channel, right? He has a large tech YouTube channel.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Like the internet tech world, right? So when he started, when he posted his video and people started tweeting about it and talking about it on Reddit and other social media, essentially Newegg basically tried to contact Burke and got in contact with him and offered him a full refund. Yeah.
Yep.
So
you don't know who you're messing with.
They were not going to offer it to him until later, right? So, here's the thing, right, is that Newegg has kind of done shady shit before with stuff like this. So, I don't know, but Newegg actually sent a customer service update statement, if you would like for me to read it.
Sure. I want to hear this. I want to hear the excuses.
Are you ready to hear the corpo speak?
Mm-hmm. Give me that chaos magic.
All right. Customer satisfaction and integrity are at the core of our business. Based on these priorities and customer communication, we have become aware that a very small number of returns may not have been thoroughly inspected before being routed for returns, liquidation, or e-waste recycling, and were accidentally resold as open box merchandise. We sincerely apologize to our customers who were negatively impacted. There were unintentional process errors and isolated incidents. As a result, we have already changed internal procedures to improve how we manage product returns. We are also researching out this small number of customers who may have been affected by these errors. We deeply appreciate the feedback and advice we receive from our customers, including being alerted about our errors, and we always pursue better ways to serve them. every customer is important, and each customer's satisfaction is our utmost priority. We remain committed to providing the best customer service experience and will continue to evaluate and improve our business to deliver on that commitment. Further, we have put in place new policies to ensure a hassle-free return experience on, quote, open box, end quote, merchandise, returns on motherboards and CPUs.
You know what? I believe them. I forgive them.
Yeah. So, despite its lack of willingness to admit, any significant degree of guilt or, with regard to returns, Newegg specifically says that it has put into place these new policies, right?
Listen, I get it. You're upset, but here's what you don't know. I'm an empath. So now that you're mad at me, I feel sad too. Can't you see what you're doing to me?
Yeah. Well, apparently, it's not the end of it, right?
Oh, God.
As someone else points out, it kind of left out the part where Newegg shipped a damaged product that they themselves tried to RMA to the manufacturer.
Oh my God! They got me. I completely forgot that it was broken in the first place. Oh my God! They got me. Chaos magic is real.
I know, shit, dude. Like, I mean, you kind of work like returns shit and electronics and that kind of shit, right? So this shit happens sometimes, right? You just gotta fucking own up to it.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, exactly. You just gotta, because when I was working for Microsoft tech support, broken products, like if you bought Office from us and you got it broken, we just uninstall and reinstall, right? It's like you go in there and you fix it.
Yeah.
Like I get it's more difficult for physical products. But the process is the same. They paid the money. We provide the product. If the product is broken, when we provide it, we fix it or we get them a new one. It's not that hard of a concept.
It really shouldn't be that hard of a concept. But I guess it is.
Nobody buys broken products unless you buy pre-stressed jeans and t-shirts. And if you do, fuck you. You're stupid and you have too much money.
Well, here's the good news, is that I never wear jeans, because I don't like jeans. But the other part of it is that, I don't know, man, like, there are people who buy broken electronics and then fix them. Right?
Yeah, but they don't buy them at premium prices. Those people are shopping at Savers.
That's true. They're not buying a broken Nintendo Switch to replace a screen, and then pay for, like, a full-price Switch, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Like, although
I'll pay
with the way that the current electronics market is, it might as well.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's so fucking hilarious, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's just another one of those. Hey, listen, we didn't do anything wrong. Okay, I don't know why you're so mad at me right now. Like, I obviously didn't do anything. If I did something, would I be defending myself right now? Of course not. That's why I'm not going to defend myself.
Yeah, right? Because we all know that the best way to not show guilt is to do everything a guilty person would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I did nothing wrong.
I am not a crook. But talking about products, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
This is something personal that happened to me that left me like feeling weird. And do you like flat pillows or do you like thick fluffy pillows?
I don't know, right?
Well, how would you describe your pillow? Like the pillow you sleep on at night.
Fuck, I don't know. It's just like pillow, right? Like it's like probably like the Tempur-Pedic pillow that came with the bed that we got.
So I'm gonna assume it's nice and fluffy. Me, my pillows, I've always had flat pillows, right? Because I don't like my head being elevated too much. So like my pillows are basically bundled up towels, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And a girl came over once. And she's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That's a pillow." She's like, "That's not a pillow." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "It's so flat. Like, why do you have a flat pillow?" And I'm like, "It's comfortable."
It's basically a dog mat.
Yeah, it's basically No, you're absolutely right. It's a dog bed. My pillow's a dog bed.
Great. Awesome.
Well,
so
speaking of pillows, do you know about My Pillow?
You mean Mike Lindell, the QAnon weirdo?
Is that what he is?
Yeah, dude. Mike Lindell is like a QAnon conspiracy theorist. He's also a Christian supremacist and white supremacist. And he's also someone who tried to help, allegedly, Donald Trump overthrow the government.
Well, this story just got a lot more interesting.
Yeah. No, he's a conservative shithead. That's what he is, right?
So anyways, well, goddamn, I thought this story was funny. It
Dude,
still is funny,
how do you
though.
not? How do you honestly think that I don't know about this shit, right?
Well, it's not. It's that I don't know about it.
Well, I'm a political news junkie, right? You should just assume that I know, right?
So, anyways, the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, CEO, he was blocked from entering Canada with 10,000 pillows. So it turns out that Mike Lindell wanted to go over and support the Ottawa Freedom Effort, which is it's a bunch of truckers that are angry about wearing masks and vaccines and all that.
We're gonna put heavy quotes around freedom on that one.
It's my freedom to die the way I want at the time that I want. Anyways,
Which is suffocating, sucking for air at a hospital in Ottawa.
that's what I want.
So.
Kids these days, am I right? My wife, I hate her. Anyways,
Body destroyed by COVID, just gasping for air. But he just like, were the libs cucked? Were the libs triggered?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why am I afraid of COVID? I'm a perfectly healthy. Oh no, my hernia from O2, it's back.
Yeah, but the
Anyway.
other unfortunate part is that none of those fucking like people who actually don't really believe in actually believe anti-vaccine shit are actually really that healthy to begin with. They're like, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll be fine with COVID. I'm like, dude, you're smoking your third pack of cigarettes this day, right?
Exactly.
And you're drinking like a fucking freshman in college. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, it ain't no California wheatgrass. Anyways, Mike Lindell was trying to come into Canada carrying over 10,000 pillows to support the Ottawa Freedom Effort fight, whatever it is. And he was turned around because he was not fully vaccinated and he refused to take the PCR test at the border.
Yeah.
So
Why did he refuse the test? He could have gotten in, right?
because he's stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's someone that Donald Trump trusted to help overthrow the fucking government, allegedly, right? Mm-hmm. So, like,
No, not
he's
allegedly.
So dumb.
With enough chaos magic, we can make it true. Anyways, I just love that image where this dude and his mustache are driving from like Seattle to the Canadian border, trucking 10,000 pillows, and they just have to turn around with 10,000 pillows.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't understand how this guy is really making any money, right?
The
from
pillow.
his business. Well, no, because here's the thing: is that he spent so much money doing like, oh, the election is a fraud, and he kept doing that for fucking months. And it was like, dude, when do you go to work? Why are you always out on Fox News, or why are you always going to like Turning Point USA?
That's a good thing.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's the great thing about being the CEO. You don't have to work.
Yeah, you just let, your corpos take over for you, right? Your corpo slaves. That's what you do.
Exactly. Why do you think I'm trying to start a business?
Dude, I don't fucking know, because, like...
I want to have money and not deserve it.
You want to have money and not deserve it. Great. Well, like,
Bro,
man, I don't know what to tell you.
If I had enough cash and time to drive to Canada and get turned back around, I would be happy. I don't have enough time to drive to a Burger King and forget my fucking wallet.
Yeah. No, that's tragic. It's real tragic. Yeah, that's a story for late stage capitalism, my friends.
I got too much video games to play. I just thought it was so funny that I like to think that the pillows are contraband and that they're filled with cocaine.
Dude, I mean, you ever see some of his interviews? They're fucking hilarious.
I never have. But he does look like...
He talks with, like, the heavy Wisconsin accent.
He does look like Will Ferrell in Anchorman.
Yeah. Dude, a biopic of his life would be fucking amazing to watch. It would be a complete fever dream. Dude, I'm actually gonna look up Mike Lindell now, so I need to fucking see this like guy. Of course, my Google's gonna be like, "You looked up Mike Lindell. Now watch Ben Shapiro."
I just what do they call that? The conjuring of hate magic. I forget what it is.
Yeah, the conjuring of hate magic.
Because hate magic is not the same as chaos magic. Hate magic is about harming and destructing people, while chaos magic is breaking from the order of the universe. I'm really into this.
Robinson, I think you're talking about witchcraft, my guy.
Yeah.
You're talking about black magic, right? Black magic is destructive nature. Yeah, because white magic is like the healing shit, right? So there you go.
I don't like the name white magic. I prefer red magic.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Why?
because red magic can also be destructive. Blue magic for healing, red magic for harm.
Or because black magic, because a body dies when it becomes necrotic, right?
It's black and white is used too much.
Okay, so I'm about to read Mike Lindell's background. Are you ready?
100%.
Are you ready for this roller coaster?
I don't. Oh, damn it! I wish I had another can of soda that I could crack.
Okay, great. So, Lindell was born in 1961 in Mankato, Minnesota. He was raised in Chickasha and Carver, Minnesota. Lindell's gambling addiction began to emerge in his teenage years, preluding to his downfall to addiction. He attended the University of Minnesota after high school, but dropped out a few months into his studies. In his 20s, Lindell became addicted to and a frequent user of cocaine.
Jesus.
This addiction became worse after he switched to crack cocaine in the 90s.
It always does.
Lindell was also incurring gambling debts. This buildup of his actions between the 80s and 90s led to the foreclosure of his house and his wife filing for divorce. Lindell stated that he achieved sobriety through prayer in 2009.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That makes him an inspirational story. From crack addict to pillow salesman, millionaire. I think he's a millionaire.
And now seditionist.
What's a seditionist?
It's when someone tries to overthrow the government.
I thought that was a tyrant.
No.
What's a tyranny?
A tyrant is someone that has authoritarian power, right? And refuses to let it go. Sedition is when you have a group of people that try to overthrow the government.
Okay, I get that. No,
I can see our school system did well in politics, in political science.
Honestly, like, without any of the context, if you told me that a pillow CEO was trying to take over the United States, I would join his side, because that means all the buildings will be made from pillows now, and I would not be happier.
Yeah. Well, hey, Mike Lindell, right? Mike Lindell, he's got my pillow, right?
Beautiful. Well, now that we're done with all that bullshit, I'm pretty sure you got our Shaq Award for the week, don't you?
Yeah, what was the Shaq Award called again?
The Shaquille, we don't know yet. We're just going with Shaq Award.
We'll just call it the Shaq Award.
Until we come up with something better.
Or Shaq Attack.
The Shaq Attack. Shaq Attack goes to...
The Shaq Attack goes to the counterculture pairing that we didn't know that we needed, but desperately want. Or that we didn't know that we needed, but now that we have it, it's pretty cool. So, our Shaq Attack Award goes to Kurt Cobain's daughter and Tony Hawk's son. Why? Because Frances Bean Cobain, the daughter of Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, has revealed that she's in a relationship with Riley Hawk, the son of Tony Hawk and Cindy Dunbar.
Her middle name is Bean?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
So, they made the relationship on Instagram, like, official back in January, when she returned from a year-long break with a New Year's post full of life updates. And I'm quoting the thing, right? I took a year-long break from posting on Instagram, which was exceptionally good for my mental health, emotional, and spiritual health. 2021 brought me more into the present moment that I've ever been, which I'm deeply grateful for. I wanted to share a few moments that were created this past year that brought me a great amount of joy. Here's to hoping everyone this 2022 is filled with authentic connections, a lot of warmth and profound discovery of self, and Happy New Year. In addition to shots of, like, Cobain, The photo also included 2 images of, her now current boyfriend, Tony Hawk's son, Riley Hawk.
That's honestly, that's what a perfect pairing. That's a peanut butter chocolate pairing right there.
Yo, dude,
Because,
it's so fucking great. Like, it's one of those things of just like, I hate fucking celebrity news, but when I saw this, I was just like,
it's cute.
Yo, what the fuck? Like, it was one of those things that I was just like, man, I remember Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I remember listening to Nirvana.
Bro,
those are such big like cultural influences on my white self.
I owned a Tony Hawk game, and I owned Rock Band.
Yeah, dude, it's just there, right? Because like Kurt Cobain is one of like the best like actual like musicians of the 90s, right? And unfortunately, he like died really early in his career, but still, like, Kurt Cobain is fucking awesome, and I'm glad that his daughter finally found someone just as cool as she is. So, yeah. Hell yeah.
Honestly, they have a baby that just comes in riding on a skateboard, playing the electric guitar at the same time. And because it's the future, wireless electric guitars are a thing now. And it's also a hoverboard.
Yeah, or hey, if they don't want to have kids and they just want to focus on loving each other, you do that. Do that.
They can have babies and love each other.
They cannot have babies and love each other too.
They can have babies and not love each other.
Yeah, dude. Still. Yeah. So, Francis Cobain, Riley Hawk, I know you don't listen to us. No one does. That's the point of this show. But if by some chance, by some fucking measure of opportunity, this one 10-second clip, which has now gone on for 12 seconds, can say anything to you, it is, congrats. I'm glad that you found someone that, appreciates you, and I'm glad that you actually took a year off Instagram. That must have been like an actual legitimately hard thing to do.
Stay off forever. Also, yeah, congratulations. You guys win the Shack Attack week for February. Holy shit. What is wrong with me?
You win the Shack Attack from February 14th to 21.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And with that, if you're a sectionalist, subpoenaist, what do you call a government overthrower?
A seditionist, Robinson.
If you're a
Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck, dude?
If you're a seditionist, go ahead and email us on NerdHellPodcast at nerdhellpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. Send us a message. All seditionists will help you overthrow the government and replace it with a
pillow filled with cocaine, I guess. I don't know, dude. Hey, but if you are a seditionist and you do actually legitimately contact us, you will win a free picture of an infected butthole.
Ooh.
That's what I'm going to send to you.
God, I imagine it looks like a scene from Venom when they were fighting at the end.
If they even fight, if they even try to be like, hey, if they respond, I'll just send another one. This is the internet. I have gigabytes of stuff to go through. So there you go.
And remember, if you're not a seditionist, you can message us too. We got everything in the description for you. We got a Twitch you can follow. We got YouTube. We got Spotify. If you go on Anchor, we're on everything. We're on Stitcher.
Yep.
Nobody's on Stitcher.
Yep. And, not even Mike Lindell.
No. And honestly, the people like that who are seditionists, they get on anything they can because they're usually banned from Twitter. You know who's not banned from Twitter? Us. So go follow us there.
Yeah, because we're not fucking shitheads who try to overthrow the government.
And with that,
allegedly.
With that, I'm gonna have to give another go to hell Nintendo. You guys just keep fucking up and make Gary Bowser and the new Japanese president do fun stuff together. Make them do fun skits, and I'll forgive you. But as of right now, you get to go to hell.
Yeah, go fucking hell. We'll see you in hell, right? That's our tagline. We'll see you in hell. My special go to hell is a two-parter. Number one, it's that pastor from fucking Tennessee.
The Chaos Magician.
Greg Locke. Demons will see you shortly. Don't worry, I'll be by to visit to tell you where you're gonna go.
I mean, he's already
And-
talking to them. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. He talked to, like, Damon, and that was a mistake, because Damon just said some weird shit, right? So, still, my other go to hell, or I'll see you there, pretty soon, is Mike Lindell. I hope you brought some crack with you, boyo, because that's the last one you're gonna have.
Bring all the pillows you can. Good night, folks.
Bring all the pillows you have. Great.
Ugh.
Good night, everyone.
Uh.